My name is Chloe Deltufo, and today is the 11th of September 2025. I live in Warwickshire, England, where I was raised, but have been lucky enough to study in Canada and Wales, where I lived in Aberystwyth for 3 years. This time living on the coast sparked my appreciation for nature, and the reflection and peace this offered me. I still take time to ground myself in nature, sitting in quiet, and I find that this helps me to think of ideas that I want to paint. I'm particularly inspired by the shapes I find within flowers, plants, and rocks. My biggest influences are Hilma af Klint, Barbara Hepworth, and Georgia O'Keeffe. I appreciate how they reflect on the lived experience, but in their own unique way. This is how I approach creating work. It starts from an idea based in reality, but I transform it into my own creation. At the moment, I'm focusing on developing my abstract style and pushing it to see if I can create my own images that aren't representational, but more a reflection of how I'm feeling. I'm not sure what these will look like, but I want to work completely intuitively, not using a reference image, and just testing what I can come up with. The biggest challenge of being an artist is having self-belief and pushing yourself to keep working. There may be ups and downs whilst you find your audience or markets change, but it is important to have a consistent artistic practice and to apply for lots of opportunities to grow your exposure. We can be very critical of our work and think that it doesn't deserve to be seen, but if you enjoy making your art, I think there will always be people who connect with it. The advice I would give to my younger self is to be happy being different, being quiet, as that is where all my good ideas come from. I would also praise all her fashion designs and character designs, as they were so cool but I didn't appreciate it at the time. I would tell her to keep practicing and believing in her art, as it is actually what I'll be doing when I grow up. Paint is my favourite medium. I love its instant nature and fluidity. It is versatile, you can apply it messily or neatly, strongly or softly, and this is why I never get bored of it. A more unconventional technique I have is using a kitchen spatula to apply large strokes of paint. It is less controlled than a brush, but you get these large areas of paint blocked in quickly. I also enjoyed creating conceptual art whilst at university. For example, creating performance art within nature, or keeping an artist record which told a story of my travels. I think this is where I discovered that I enjoyed creating art that was grounded in a meaningful concept or story. The best thing about abstract art is that it will mean something different to each person who views it. I will have a concept, but when someone else looks at it, they might be reminded of something from their past or another thing they have seen before. I love hearing what other people think about my work. I listen to relaxing music when I paint, or the Great Women Artists podcast, to inspire me whilst I work. I love learning about other artists' processes and feeling connected to the wider art world out there. Children are often the most vocal fans of my work. My recent exhibition at Rugby Art Gallery had 3 school trip visits, and the groups often walked in and gasped when they saw my work. I think children enjoy the bright colours within my work and are perhaps more open to abstract painting. You know that children are honest, so they wouldn't tell you if they didn't like it. I want people to use my paintings as tools of reflection. I hope they take a moment outside of the crazy, busy, confusing world and just consider what they see within the image and how it makes them feel. I hope my art is an escape, but also something that can soothe people however they might be feeling.